Hey, what's going on, everyone? Misha Wilson here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel again for part 4 of the Stages of Growth little playlist here. And as always, if you guys have missed part 1, part 2, and part 3, be sure you go back and check them out before you watch this video here today. I'll leave those links in the comments section below. But if you don't know what I share in part 1, part 2, and part 3, well, what I'm about to share here in part 4 might not make a whole lot of sense, right? In this presentation, I'm going to walk you through everything needed to take your business from startup all the way to the 7-figure mark. But if you get started, at the level of where I'm sharing what you need to hit multiple 6 figures, well, you'll kind of miss out on quite a bit, and it might not make a whole lot of sense. So be sure to go back and watch those videos. And then when you watch this video, as always, if you get value, let me know what your biggest takeaway is in the comments section below. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon notification button, and enjoy today's video. So let's go ahead and run through these really quickly. The first thing that we have out of the 3 is the Authority website. Now here's exactly like mine looked all the way up to when we were doing, close to $1 million in a month. We've changed the design recently, but again, very simple. I didn't even have a home page at that point, very straight to the point. I had someone on Fiverr, I think, design a kind of little fancy banner at the top with some palm tree flowers to make it look a little bit Hawaiian, and I threw it up there, all right? So don't overanalyze the design of your actual blog. What's much more important is the content and the message that you go ahead and present on the blog itself. Why would you want one? People naturally buy from people who are authorities, all right? People naturally listen from people who are to people who are authorities. Yesterday, we touched on conditioning and how we all went through school and how we all went through that process. And who did we listen to when we went through school? The teacher. Did we question whether or not we should listen to the teacher? No, we just kind of listened to the teacher. Why did we do that? Because they were put in a position of authority. People naturally want to go ahead and listen to the authority. It builds know, like, and trust, and it warms up your traffic. So the minute someone comes on your list, they're very cold. They don't know who you are. They don't have a relationship with you. In going ahead and sending people to your authority website and content that you create, you'll build know, like, and trust, and you'll warm up your traffic. It also creates a return path back to your offers in a non-pushy way. And a return path is just a fancy word for a way to get people back to your offers, a way to get people back in front of your sales message so you can make more sales. And again, in marketing, he or she who is teaching is naturally the authority, all right? You don't need a degree. You don't need credentials. This is one thing that holds students back. You don't need a certain level of result. You don't need social proof. It helps. I'm not going to deny it. It does help. But at the end of the day, if you put yourself out there, if you teach, if you position yourself through teaching and through education, you'll naturally be positioned as an authority, and people will naturally begin to perceive you as the authority. Perception is reality. So here's the correct layout of your authority website. We have a very simple banner at the top. You can see multiple different calls to action with affiliate offers, and then back to my consult funnel at the top. And then, as you can see, 2 banners on the right, both pointing to internal offers, but when I was an affiliate, they were pointing to affiliate offers. Then once someone clicks in to the actual piece of content, you'll see a blog post that looks just like that. You'll see a little call to action that I've put right above the blog post, the same 2 banners on the side with calls to action, and then also the same 2 banners on the top with calls to action. So every single time I send 500 people over here, a certain percentage of those people hit this page, see these banners, click the banner, and head back to my offer and end up going ahead and purchasing and becoming a customer. Then I have that customer, I'm building my buyer's list, my single most valuable asset. Always always have a call to action below your actual piece of content as well. In the PS line beneath your full piece of content. Those will be some of your most high quality leads that come through your process because, again, they've watched a video from you. They've received value from you. You've gone ahead and helped and educated that person. They've scrolled down your page. They've spent time engaging with your message, and then they've clicked a link to go ahead and head over to your offer. That's going to be your best prospect who's most likely to buy. Now, the number one question that then comes up with people is, what kind of content should I create? And people get stuck on this because, again, it's one of those things that I just find people overthink, and because they overthink it, they don't take action. Then when they don't take action, they overthink it more, and they get stuck in the cycle. Who's been there? I know I've personally been there. I've felt it. I've felt the pain, and I know my students do all the time. What kind of content should you create? Create content on core problems in the marketplace that when someone takes action on will get them a result that they really want. So as an example, if you create a piece of content that shows someone how to generate a lead, and they've never generated a lead in their life, and they go out and they generate a lead based on your training, what's going to happen with that person? Do you think that person's going to be pretty likely to come back, tune in, and maybe buy something from you in the future? Where if on the flip side, if you create a piece of content that shows them how to change a little design on their website or whatnot, they change the design, but they don't ever feel the impact of changing the design, they might have gotten the outcome that your content taught, but it isn't as high of an impact of an outcome, and so they're less likely to go ahead and tune in moving forward. Create content building off every single one of your small successes. This gives you an easy way to humble brag, all right? Small wins equal big wins in marketing. Every single time you make a sale, every single time you have a win in your business, you should create a piece of content that teaches people exactly how you did it, exactly how you produced that result. You should post that piece of content, and what does that do? It positions you as the leader and the authority, it gives you an excuse to humble brag, and it shares your social proof all at once for maximum marketplace positioning. So every single time you have some sort of success in your business, especially when you're getting started, Dan Kennedy says, turn a molehill into a mountain. Turn every single small win into a huge result, a huge perceived result with your content. Use the learn, do, teach methodology of content creation. Learn something. How many of you have learned something at this event? The next step is to do it, and the next step is to teach it. All right? The reason I like this methodology is because it keeps you accountable to actually taking action. If you can only teach something after you do it, you have to actually do it, and you're not then teaching out of a place of I learned something, but I've never done it, and now I'm going to teach it. There's nothing that drives you more nuts than that in the marketplace, and it leads to the blind leading the blind, which causes a lot of failure in this industry. The bottom line is focus on creating high-quality content that genuinely helps someone solve one of their big problems in their marketing, and when you do that, they'll be more likely to come back and tune in moving forward down the road. Also, make sure to include a call to action in all of your content, all right? You're not just creating content to create content, you're creating content to go ahead and make sales. Have a call to action. Tell people to download your free gift. Tell people to download your lead magnet. Tell people to take an action step that you want them to take. And once again, your chances of making a sale are going to go up that much more because in marketing, you always want to have a very, very, very specific call to action. Does that make sense? Awesome. All right, sales funnel number 3 in your multi-channel follow-up process is the consult funnel. This is what it looks like. We have a free consult giveaway that points to an application, which goes ahead and leads to a phone call, which if you host and conduct correctly, will lead to a sale and, of course, profit and money. Now, why a consult funnel? Firstly, it allows you to sell core offers, anywhere from $297 to $997, or higher ticket offers, $2,000 plus, over the phone, rejection-free, if you use it correctly. The reason it'll be rejection-free is because you'll only be talking to the correct people. Because with your consult funnel, you can qualify people based on how much money they have to invest, how serious they are, how dedicated they are. You only speak to the people who are most dedicated, and as a result, your sales rates can be really high without having to use the high-pressure boiler room sales tactics. It also allows you to sift and sort through your leads and find your hyper-responsives. The people who are continually filling out your consult funnel, the people who are continually saying, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to take action, I have money to invest, those are your hyper-responsive leads that you should spend more time going ahead and building a relationship with. And it allows you to close people over the phone 100% rejection-free without any high-pressure boiler room sales tactics, like I touched on just a moment ago. So let's go ahead and break it down. Again, it starts with a free consult giveaway. And again, this is where you're offering a free consultation in return for them going ahead and filling out an application. Make your offer a free strategy session and make it clear on how they'll benefit from this free strategy session. I'll help you on this phone call to get more traffic, generate more leads, and make more sales, and put in place a game plan for you to create success in your business. That's an example of a benefit that they'll go ahead and get through speaking to you on the phone. Use a cool benefit-driven name for your offer so people, once again, have a desire to actually purchase it. Don't call your consult funnel the work extremely hard and make very little consultation. That would be a bad idea, and people would not want to go ahead and opt in for that consultation. Mine was the cash flow Kickstarter, I believe. And for the copy, use the very simple formula of here's what you'll get, here's what it'll do for you, here's what I want you to do next. So here's what you'll get, the thing, here's what it'll do for you, the benefits of the thing, and here's what I want you to do next, telling them to go ahead and take the action step that you want them to go ahead and take. Even if the consultation is free, you still have to sell it, all right? That's another one of Dan Kennedy's famous quotes. In direct response marketing, even if it's free to get someone to go ahead and take an action, you need to sell them on taking the action. Every single action you want someone to take, you should sell it. The click in the email, you want to sell. Watching the video, you want to sell. Attending the webinar, you want to sell. Attending the webinar till the very end, you constantly want to go ahead and reinforce the different benefits of them taking the next step that you want them to take in your marketing. So here's just a very simple example. This was my consult funnel way back when as an affiliate. The little progress bar is broken on this screenshot that I took. But again, very simple page headline, a little video of me with a link that they can click that will take them over to an actual application, which looks just like this. The application has some very simple questions. We'll actually give you the questions for some of you in this room. Have some very simple questions. The questions qualify people. How much time do you have to invest? How much money do you have to invest? How serious are you about going ahead and creating success in your journey? And again, lead people down the path of wanting to work with you. And then secondly, qualify themselves as someone who should actually work with you. From there, you have the phone call, and how I host the phone call, you have to look at the overall process this lead's going through. So this person's on your list, they get an email from you, they're tuning into you, they then click a link in your email, go over to a page, watch a video from you, you offer to help, and they request your help. What does that position you as in your marketing? It positions you as the authority. So what I like to do on these calls is simply prescribe the solution to the problem that the person is facing. Is a doctor perceived of as an authority? Yes. When a doctor tells you to do something, do you usually do it? Yes. Did I hear a no? To each his own. I usually do it. But at the end of the day, this is how I host my actual consultations. I go ahead and probe for the problem, ask people, what's been holding you up, what's been the struggle, and then stop talking. Ask the question, stop talking, and people will tell you all of the different problems that they're facing. And then when someone has a huge problem around the topic of traffic generation, you could offer them, the Solo Ad Success Formula as an example, or any other solution that'll help them to get traffic with Facebook ads or YouTube ads or PPV, whatever it may be, right? So simply probe for the problem, offer the solution, be very laid back about it, prescribe it, and be certain in you going ahead and prescribing the correct solution. And it kind of feels like this usually when you have that call with that prospect. It's very simple. You don't need to be a rocket scientist. Terry Lamb, I believe in yesterday's presentation or our last event, touched on, again, his process. And it's very, once again, you don't need to push it on people. You don't need to force it down people's throats. If you do it correctly, it's very low key. You can also go ahead and offer your bonuses on this phone call. So if you have bonuses that you've created as an affiliate, like you all do from the actual workshop, the people who attend to the workshop, you can offer these bonuses if people take action right then on the actual phone call. If you don't have scarcity, you don't have an offer. All right? So if you don't have something to take away, you don't technically have an offer. Send people through your consult funnel as frequently as humanly possible. When I was an affiliate, I ran a campaign every month that gave away 50 free consults. And then at the end of every month, so throughout the month, I would say I got 50 left, I got 48 left, I got 44 left, I got 35 left. And then at the very end of the month, I'd say I have 25 left, get yours in. And then at the next month, I'd start with another 50 left, but invariably, you'll get a bunch of people requesting a consult at the very beginning when you announce that you have consults available, and at the very end of the month, when you say, I only have 25 consults available, people start to go ahead and fill out that form, right? They don't think that it's gonna come next month and the same thing's gonna be there. They take action based on scarcity. Send them through your consult funnel as often as humanly possible. So to recap, stage 2 and stage 3 of the stages of growth. Step 1 is the personally branded opt-in funnel. Step 2 is the super affiliate webinar funnel. And step 3 is multi-channel follow-up with an authority website and consult funnel. I'm gonna get a quick drink of water, take a photo of this slide so you understand what goes on in stage 2 and stage 3. All right, does that make sense? Are you guys getting value? Yes? And I know I'm going through this pretty quickly, but at the end of the day, again, internalize what I'm saying. Once again, take the photos that I tell you to take, and you can go back and look at the different stages.